Hey, YouTube, what's going on? Chris here. Want to bring you all an update today of Bitcoin. Right now we're sitting at that $7,800 level, so this is the critical area that I've been looking at for quite a while here, guys. We finally broke up through it, and now we're actually back testing that $7,800, and this is where, in my opinion, Bitcoin needs to hold. We need to get a nice strong bounce off this area here in the next day to days to come. So this is very important. We're going to dig into all this right here. So guys, what we're looking at is Bitcoin on the 4-hour chart right now, and we've been paying attention to this inverted head and shoulders that ended up coming in. We're trying to find the bottom for Bitcoin. We've been in this downtrend now for over 6 months, so it's very significant that we finally get out of this, find a bottom, continue to move forward. But what you're seeing now for Bitcoin, we had a breakout of our head and shoulders. We ended up coming up, we tested this downtrend line right here, and we saw rejection. I'm going to zoom into all this, but now what's happening is we're back testing this green neckline, and this is the area where we should get a bounce off of if this move is going to continue. If we're going to continue a strong move to the upside, we need a bounce off this critical area right here. And this is common, guys. A lot of times when you will break out of these inverse head and shoulders patterns, you can have a nice push up, then you'll come back. It happens almost 50% of the time. You'll back test where you broke out of, you'll find that as support, you'll set a higher low, and then you make that next move up. So this could be that recharging, but this also is an area, guys, you want to be very careful, because in the Bitcoin space, the manipulation is very real. As you can see right here, when we went from $7,300 all the way up to around, $10,500 in the matter of 2 days, and then we lost it all over the next, how many ever days it came in, about a month or so, we were pushed to the downside there, and all this was erased. So that was just pure manipulation, and that's where here, guys, we want to see this move continue. We don't want to just give it all back up, because then we'd start looking at this right shoulder as support to see if that area would hold around 6,800. Then it would be down here around the head of this, around that $6,400 area, and then I'd start looking at the bottom of this channel. But we're not to that area yet. We have to see if we get a bounce off this, and now I'm going to zoom in here, guys. And also, if you get some from this channel, guys, like, subscribe, share, hit that notification bell. I appreciate all you guys being here with me today. It's a pleasure to be here each day, trying to do the best that I can. This market's crazy, and that's one thing I can tell you guys. I will never say I'm an expert in this market, because this market is so crazy. It can be set up one way, and it looks like it's going to do one thing, then it does the complete opposite, and that's just is what it is. That's why we always plan for the upside, the downside, and the sideways. But if you can see this green neckline right here where we broke up through, you can see that nice strong candle there. It came on big volume, so that's significant. We know that we have this neckline correct right now, and what we're going to see is if we get a bounce here, and remember this on the 4-hour time frame, if we can get a bounce off this 40 EMA, we've already broken down through the 20, so either at the 40 or this 50, we're going to need to find support at $7,700, we'll call it, or down here around that $7,500. Other than that, guys, we start dropping down there, I'd start looking at around that $6,900, $7,000 range. But this is the spot where we really need the bulls to step in so we can make that next move to the upside, and this would be our higher low, and then we try to come up here and get over top of that 8,400 or so up here to try to set that higher high, because that's what it's all about, guys, changing the trend, trying to get into those higher highs and higher lows. Next thing I wanted to show you was this trend line right here. This is a trend line in white that's also going to need to be respected. We'll just do a rough one for now, but guys, this is going to need to be respected, because this is our short-term uptrend that we have now been in for roughly since we started it December 18th, 2019 was when we put in that bottom for the head of the inverse head and shoulders, and we started to move from there. But this is definitely a significant trend line that you want to watch as we continue to chop back and forth. It's just been a tough spot for us, guys. We really need to get out of this downtrend. That's the number one thing I can tell you. Next, I wanted to look at the RSI. On the 4-hour chart, we're sitting at 47, so we're more neutral. Plenty of room to run to either direction, and that's why right now, guys, it really is that coin flip. Are we going to find support off this neckline, or are we just going to start crashing down through it, and then we're going to have to look to this white trend line to see if we get any support? Now, in terms of the RSI, what I want to do, I want to step out to the 1 day. So we're going to get off of here. We're going to look at the 1 day. We're going to also examine some of these candles. And guys, this is fairly common as well. Like you can see where we had this bullish engulfing candle, and then we had roughly about 5 days where we really started to move to the upside, and then you'll have this cooling down period, because this is where guys who are short-term traders or day traders, they're going to take their profits. After Bitcoin, say they even got in on the bullish engulfing candle, that was at $7,300, and they see the price up here around $8,200 or $8,300, they're going to be taking their profits, and that's what you're seeing is potentially this short-term profit taking. But we need to keep support, guys, of these moving average, because this move that we had finally got us up above those. We're on the 1 day up above our 20, our 40, and our 50. We need to have those act as support, especially our 50-day moving average. But we need to be careful here because this came on big volume. Okay, so what you see here is basically a long leg doji candle. So a lot of indecision up there, a lot of fight between the bulls and the bears, but you can see where the bears stepped in directly at this downtrend line and started to push the price back down, and it also came on some significant volume, guys. So that's something we really need to watch, are these areas, that 7,600, then down here around that $7,000 range. But I didn't want to take too much of your time today. We were going over all this stuff yesterday. This is what Bitcoin needs to do to continue this move, guys. We really don't want to start dropping down through that green neckline. Excuse me, put that right back up there, that green neckline, or dropping down through this white trend line. Things could get really ugly, because with this inverted head and shoulders, we really should continue an uptrend from that point. If you do a lot of reading about inverted head and shoulders, we had a bullish engulfing candle here, a bullish engulfing candle here. That was some strength that was coming in, and we want to see if that move is going to continue. So right now, guys, like I said, I'm still out of a position because I wanted to see this. I wanted to see where we'd find this higher low. This is what I'm waiting for, and if I see a nice higher low here, nice candlestick pattern forming off this neckline, and we have a break of this trend line, that's the time then I would want to go long if it's on heavy volume as well. So that's just kind of my plan, guys. Still sitting back in cash, being patient, waiting, and we're just going to see where this goes. Take it 1 day at a time. That's the best advice I can tell you. RSI is at 57 right now on the 1 day chart. So God bless you all. Take care. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Appreciate you all being here with me today.